Day to everyone. So we are the group 1 and here's our presentation. First, organization of lodging structures. So how you can organize the lodging structures? Like hotels operate within a general structure that helps organize the property, keep everything running smoothly, and ensure that you as their special guests have the best experience possible. So, hotel organization structure is a comprehensive plan by a hotel owner to define department activities and responsibilities. This, struc- this structure brings order to every aspect of hotel operation, from the front desk and room service to the human resources department. So, hotel organizational structures are necessary to ensure maximum profitability from each room, restaurant, and bar on a daily basis. Your hotel can run efficiently if it creates an organizational structure that is easy to understand. Next is executive management. So, executive management group serves as the leadership of a property and includes the general manager, and in the case of larger hotels or more, assistant managers. So, what is executive management? Executive management is the highest level of management in an organization responsible for planning, leading, or controlling a business. She or he, as seniors managers, may report to a chairman and board of directors. Alternatively, they may report a level lower to the chief executive officer or the president of an organization.
The general manager is ultimately the overall manager of the property and is ultimately responsible for the hotel. He must work with all the department managers and their teams to ensure that the property runs smoothly and all issues and problems are resolved. And lastly, he makes sure that all the teams work together in harmony. That's the general manager for me, and I think most of us already know what is the role of a general manager in a hotel or any company.
Assistant manager. Assistant manager are often responsible for supporting the general manager and handling specific issues assigned, and are considered part of executive management team. The assistant manager may directly oversee one or more managed departments and handle the issues related to that team. Because hotels are 24-hour-a-day business, the general and assistant managers may vary their hours to ensure that a manager is on site throughout both days and evenings. The assistant manager will also manage the hotel in the event the general manager is unavailable. Assistant manager is responsible for supporting the general manager. So it means ang assistant manager sila ang left hand sa general manager. Kung wala ang general manager, sila pod ang nag-handle sa mga issues of any task sa general manager kung wala ang general manager. The duty of assistant manager is to supervise employees during day-to-day tasks and providing customer support and escalating. So kung wala ang general manager, ang assistant manager mao jud na siya ang kanang mahimong ipuli sa general manager.
Housekeeping. Housekeeping is an operational department in hotel which is responsible for cleanliness, maintenance, aesthetic, upkeep of rooms, public area, back area, and surroundings. The effort that a housekeeping department makes in giving a guest a desirable room has a direct bearing on the guest experience in hotel. So, ang housekeeping is isa na sila sa pinaka-importante na department sa isang establishment, especially sa isang hotel. Ang housekeeping department, mao na sila ang nagalimpyo o nag-maintain sa mga rooms and sa mga pathways and hallways sa isa ka hotel para masatisfied ang isa ka guest. Kaya if ever ang guest dili sila masatisfied sa maintenance or sa cleanliness sa ilang room, dili lang ang housekeeping department ang maapektuhan kundi ang tibuok hotel. There are 5 S in housekeeping. It was derived from the Japanese words sheri, sheton, shesu, shikitsu, and shitsuki. In English, they can be roughly translated as sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. Sort means you need to go through everything. Throw away rubbish, archive old stuff you may need. Decide what you need in that area on a daily and weekly basis. Everything else must be removed. The second one is set in order. Organize and arrange the appropriate items so that they are easy to access, use, and return to their proper place. The third one is shine. Keep the work area clean for safety, maintenance, and inspection. The third one is standard. It means that it set the standard for cleanliness. Shikitsu make it possible and feasible to live up to that standard. Sustain. It's the first 4S have been done well. Sustaining the cleanliness and origination becomes simpler as it is clear where everything goes and each person work in our area knows where to return things at the end of the job or end of the shift. So this 5S is very important sa housekeeping kay mo ni sila ang way or mga steps to organize or clean the room.
My task is to discuss food and beverage. The food and beverage department manage any restaurant, cafes, coffee shops, bars, lodges, or other types of food preparing facility provided by the property. So when we say food and beverage, it offers food that we eat and beverage that we drink. This department is important for providing convenience to guests and increasing revenue for the hotel. So, it is very important jud sa isa ka business like hotel, restaurant, ang food and beverage. Kadili kumpletong ilang service without this food and beverage. So, the food and beverage area must be very clean, provided excellent product, and offer superior service. So, when we offer food and beverage, medyo na to ang clean area, clean food ang pag-prepare sa mga food, and provide excellent product. Kay kung provide ta og mga lamian nga mga pagkaon o mga drinks, so ma-satisfy jud ang atong customer, wala sila nagmangay sa ilang gibayad sa pagkaon, and offer superior service. So when we are in food and beverage, kailangan dyan nato ang superior service kay para ginahan pud sila mobalik sa ato ang establishment. Guests are more likely to be satisfied with the property and spend their food budget at the hotel when they are offered exceptional food and beverage. So, ginabalik-balikan jud sa mga guests kung asa sila nga kung ganahan sila sa inyong service, sa inyong mga food or drink, mga.
So my topic is front desk and guest services. So the front desk most often addresses questions, concerns, and problems of the guest. The staff members at the front desk or concierge desk must be well educated about the property and they must know the area around the hotel well. The more informed these staff members are, the better able they are to the needs of the guests. So, mostly sa front desk, gina-address ang mga questions and concerns and problems of the guest. Then also, the staff members must know the area around the hotel well para kung naay kailangan ang guest is para mas dali nila mahatag ang request sa guest.
Administrative groups. These groups is handling the behind the scenes details that keep the property running smoothly. So, mapod ni siya is they monitor and manage settings targets and examples groups for business. Halimbawa is you are a administrator, so you can prevent users from adding external users to their groups. So, you can edit or delete any groups that were created. Next is sales. The sales team usually focus on booking groups into the hotel, selling conference and event space, and handling functions. So, ang sales involved dito is ang money. The sales group must work with customers to find out what they need and find a way to provide what they want. So, ang sales gihapon is, it is a transaction between two or more parties, goods, and services of exchange of money. So, sales gihapon is an agreement that a buyer and seller can make regarding the prices of the security. So, involved diri ang agreement between the two of them. So, how sales work, they exchange amount of money to complete sale. Both buyer and the seller must agree to the specific terms of the transaction, such as the price, quantity of the good sold, and delivery logistics.
Accounting. The accounting department handles the property's money and financial issues. This team ensures that all revenues are accounted for, the financial records are correct for each day, and bills are paid. Bale, silang nag-handle sa kwarta na nagasulod o nagagawas o nag-keep track sa record kung asa siya padulong. And the size of the hotel will determine the number of people needed to work in the accounting department to handle the wide array of tasks that must be completed. Human resources. The human resources department handles the general personnel issues of the hotel. The members of this team accept application, screen potential employees, facilitate interviews, and handle the details for new hires. Bali sila ang first interaction sa mga apply sa sulod sa hotel. When there are performance issues, the Human Resources Department documents the problems and handles communication with the employee. Kung may mga complaints po sa Human Resources po dapat siya iagi. The Human Resources teams should be up to date on legal issues related to hiring and managing employees to ensure that problems are handled ethically and legally. Moto, tanang problems na maagi sa HR is dapat knowledgeable sila kung sa mga legal actions na dapat i-take. The Human Resources Department often offers training and professional development seminars as well. So, personality development kung saan pag-perform better sa job. Yun mo lang to sa Human Resources.
The size and scope of the tourism industry. So the World Travel Tourism Council, or WTTC, is an industry lobby group comprising the major tourism corporations in the world. As part of their work, they have estimated the size and scope of the tourism industry using sophisticated economic techniques. The state of travel and tourism is. So, ang WTTC daw, muna siya ang industry lobbying group na nag-compromise sa mga major tourism sa kalibutan sa world. Nag-work sila para i-estimate ang size o scope sa tourism industry using atong sophisticated na economics techniques. So, one of the largest, most dynamic industry of today, global economic travel and tourism, is account of US $12 trillion or 9%. of global gross domestic products or GDP, and it supports 260 million jobs worldwide, either directly or indirectly, that almost 1 in 12 of all jobs on the planet in WTTZ 2012. So mata ang gikuan nga sa global kuan daw kay na ay sa 9 or 9% sa kanang global domestic and supports. So the question posed by this number is, how did the WTTZ come up with these estimates, and what do they include as being a part of the travel and tourism industry? This is a key issue that is occupying the mind of academics and politicians alike, as well as industry lobbyists such as the WTTZ. The problem is simple: how to measure the scale and scope of tourism, because tourism is an industry that challenges conventional paradigms. Yet it is important to do so, as the tourism is a complex industry system, a major employer and generator of revenues. The Beige and Munich 1998 of the commodification of tourism that has created this machinery of production. Although change in consumer demands and the evolution of increasing more sophisticated consumer preference can play substantive role in shaping the tourism products, it is the actual machine of products that help to manipulate and facilitate original destination tourism flows across the world. The Beige and Lunane 1998-2007. So ang WTTC kay sila ang nag-work sila para makuha nila ang scope and tourism sa industry gamit atong sophisticated nga economic techniques nila nga ilang nakuan sa WTTC.
What is global tourism? So, global tourism is where you decide to travel around the world in one go. So, this global tourism is very important to the economic growth of a country. This tourism can help a country's economy and infrastructure. For example, it provides jobs for some places such as Caribbean, which is the main source of income in that country, is tourism. Is tourism bad? It can be either bad or good. On the downside, the tourists need some place to stay, and they need to travel, which can be bad for the environment. There are negative environmental impacts of tourism, which is substantial. They include the depletion of local natural resources as well as pollution waste problems, of course, diba? It puts enormous stress on the local land use. It can lead soil erosion, increased pollution, natural habitat loss, and more pressure on endangered species. So, tourism has really bad impacts to our natural environment. But tourism naman dili lang siya bad, but it has also good impact sa atuwa. Labaw na sa it provides jobs na makatrabaho ng mga tao and makakwarta. So that's it. What is tourism and tourism industry? So tourism is travel for recreation, leisure, religious, family, or business purposes, usually for a limited duration. Of course, tourism is commonly associated with international travel, but also refer to the travel to another place within the same country. For example, someone goes on a vacation. Ano pa ba? Business that cater to visitors are also an example of tourism. The practice of traveling for pleasure is also an example of tourism. And of course, the act of traveling or sightseeing, particularly away from one's home. Kay dili nato matawag og tourism or travel ang isa ka butang if you are traveling, for example, taga Davao ka and you are traveling around Davao also, so that's not travel, no? And that's not considered as tourism. So, matawag lang na siya if you are from Davao and you're traveling away from that city, for example, in Cebu, so that's considered as travel or ethical tourism.
Operational travel company level. The professionals of this level of hierarchy in travel company are professionals who interact on daily basis, face-to-face, with the client of the company. These professionals, though possess little experience of the field, still are very significant for the company's smooth function. The various job profiles of this level of the hierarchy in travel company include the following job titles: Manager, Sales Manager, Tour Manager, Customer Sales Representative, Manager of Customer Billing, Marketing and Promotional Manager, Assistant Office Manager, Sales Agent, Consultant, Training Manager, Company Representative, Travel Executive, Clerk, Secretary, Receptionist, Associate, Intern. Every organization needs a structure in order to operate systematically. The organizational structures can be used by any organization if the structure fits into the nature and the maturity of the organization. In most cases, organizations evolve through structures when they progress through and enhance their processes and manpower. One company may start as a pre-bureaucratic company and may evolve up to a matrix organization. Executive travel company level. The professionals at this level of hierarchy in travel company are mid-level officials in the company. Their job duties involve managing as well as handling and taking care of the team professionals under them while abiding by the orders of seniors. These professionals do have big experience of the travel field, and their major duty relies in management of the clients and customers for the company's profit and growth. The various job profiles at this level of the hierarchy in travel company include the following job titles: Administrative Assistant, Senior Business Developer, Customer Service Manager, Appraiser, Business Developer Associate, Project Manager, Customer Service Associate, Business Analyst, Team Leaders, Assistant General Manager. This organizational structure is very relevant in the hospitality sector because roles in this structure is very essential to keep the hospitality industry working and growing, and to have an efficient system in handling complicated tasks needed to satisfy the stakeholders of this sector.